Hello YouTube, this is Jano. I'm back with another RAM tutorial. I've been not making RAM tutorials because I've been waiting for season 3 because I didn't want to make something and it's changed. And for like 4 months, we're kind of waiting for season 3. So here it is. This is going to be kind of an overview guide of what's changed about RAM. Not everything here is going to be optimal or fully tested, but this is kind of what I'm doing in the beginning with RAM and how you should change your gameplay up with all the new changes that have come up. So let's kind of get started and let's talk about the patch notes or just RAM's patch notes, just so we all know what's changed. And I know a lot of people don't read all the patch notes. So the big one right here is her dash speed. This really affects her neutral. The reduced dash speed. It was kind of coming, we kind of know that RAM was the third or fourth fastest character in the game. Her dash in 2Ks, her dash in 2Ss, even just getting into people's faces with 5H. It was really a struggle for a lot of people, and she would just run at you. She's super quick, and she had great neutral. So that's kind of gone, but she's a lot slower now, and you'll really notice this. But it mostly affects her dashing 2Ks, dashing 5Ks, and dashing 2Ss. So you'll be kind of struggling in a lot of, not struggling, but zoner matchups are going to be a little more frustrating, along with some stuff isn't just going to feel right, and you're not going to be able to get your sword as quick as possible. Like with old RAM. All the reduced damage, everyone kind of got reduced damage, but this also just affects RAM a lot because a lot of her damage was pretty big. So giving your opponent more turns is always just a nerf to the character. So burst damage on this is sword throw, reduced damage on Daru, or reduced damage scaling. So combos after Daru gonna be less. The flip kick is now not plus on the ground. So that kind of sucks because we use it to steal back turns a lot. So you can no longer do that. As soon as you use it, you're negative. So most people can take their turn back. Reduced knockback on hit, so you get pushed back. So the knockback, when you hit them, you're right there. So you get Oki after if you do hit them. Increase knockback on block, so when they block it, you get pushed back farther, so now you're safer by spacing, but still more negative. Increase base damage scaling, damage is lowered. Reduce startup, it's faster now, so it frame traps some buttons, but you don't get a combo off of it. And the big one is a remove wall bounce effects. This affects a lot of your combos. Increased recovery, yeah, as I said, and travel speed. This is kind of weird. So increased base damage scaling on the air one. So combos after it are going to be less. Increased base damage scaling on this is the 214H. So combos after this are going to be less. This is also a big one. Remove counter effect on Rekka. Increased base damage scaling. So basically after Rekka now you don't get a big counter hit if someone mashes on it. And the scaling after, so if you RC, your combos are going to be a lot less. So this overall makes Rekka a lot weaker of a tool. People are going to be more willing to mash on it without being scared of losing their whole health bar. So you just got to really think about that, especially when you don't have bar to cancel its RC. People are going to mash on Rekka. Ondo, this is her new move. This move is a good move with her far/5H, and I'll explain that later. Calvados, reduced damage. Morbato, reduced damage. This is also a really big one. Morbato was, your wall break one, and then, your reversal. So now on reversal, you're just going to do less damage. On combos, you're going to do a lot less damage. So that's basically the patch notes. So let's get into what's changed. Just a disclaimer, this video is not optimal. This is pretty early on in the season to know that. This video is for new people that haven't played in a while, and people that think Season 3 are scary to get in and going with RAM, and for me to show all the stuff I've been doing. In general, though, my videos are not pro-optimal. They're just the good stuff I think RAM should be doing and the things I want to show. If my videos are pretty helpful, please like and subscribe. It'll help me out a lot. Thank you. The first thing I want to talk about is RAM's new move, Ondo. This move is course to go forward K or 236K. This move is 31 frames startup and +7 on block. This is how the move looks. It is a giant rock that comes out the ground. And as you've probably seen from the controversy on Twitter, people doing, this or just 5H loops over and over and over again, that people are not happy about this move, but I just wanted to let all RAM players know there is going to be counterplay developed for this. As you can see, they don't have to hold the rock after 5H. They just don't. They can just jump out of it, right? Characters like Soul are not fast enough to punish you, so you'll be able to 6p them on reaction if you're not autopiloting. But characters like Potemkin, Nago can't really air dash out, right? So there's no way for them to get out. But they do have White Wall Assault. White Wall Assault will blow this up, so just be careful about that. And also, like characters like Chip, Milia, the faster characters are definitely going to just jump out of that and just be free to do whatever they want. That being said, there's going to be more counterplay involved with this. As I said, you know, you could jump out, but some characters can't punish you, but they get to definitely land somewhere else to make you in a worse position. But let's say people are going to start IBFDing the 5H. If you IBFD 5H, I'm no longer in range to follow up after anything. So, boom! I can't get in. The air stuff is gonna be bad, so they're basically out. And let's say they only FD. They FD a lot, right? They get to max range, and you know they backdash. You know, this just doesn't work in the corner, but mid screen this works. So let's say I'm max range. I press 5H. They can just backdash rock. That being said, you cannot backdash rock in the corner. It does catch. One of the biggest things I like about this move, mid screen situation for Ram. So before with Ram, after a /5H, you really couldn't do anything. Take that off. You really couldn't do anything. It was just /5H, you kind of just ended your pressure there. You could throw sword if you want. So people kind of just dash block this anyway. You know, if you're close enough, you could Rekka. But now, after /5H, you have a situation where you could Ondo. And this kind of puts them in a guessing game where they're like, should I jump the 5H? If they jump to 5H, you know, you don't have to 5H. You just meet them air to air, or you could be ready to 6p them. If they do block the 5H, you know, you get a little more pressure afterwards. So that's why I think the Ondo is pretty good. You also get combos and combo extensions that you didn't get before with Ondo, and I'll be showing those right now, and the description with the timestamp will be linked below. So these ones you could do mid-screen. These ones are a little complex because you got delay cancel some of them. And you're going to have some dash cancel Rekkas in some of them. So let's get started. And this one is with the dash cancel Rekka. This one you could do closer to the wall. And this one you could get when your opponent is at the wall and they take Ondo. Now I'm going to show you some conversions with Ondo that you weren't able to get before. This is pretty strong because, for example, now Ondo combos off counter hit /, and counter hit 5H, or heavy slash. So you get a bunch of cool new combo routes that you could do with those. Before, again, with /, you used to just get something like this. So let's kind of see those combos. These are the // ones. And this is the 5H ones. The 5H ones, because of the long range, sometimes you're going to have to do a micro walk forward. So just remember that. So here's some examples. And then there's this combo, which looks very similar to the old combo off counter hit 5H, but we're adding Ondo to it. It's pretty hard to do still, so, but it is, I think, pretty good conversion ability. Another good thing about Ondo is you could actually use this immediate after an OTG, mostly used after throws. So let me show an example here. And this meaties with any OTG since you cancel. And by just mid-screen, you actually are safe to all DPs mid-screen here. You can't DP or else you punish it. Same thing here. Let's say you do 2S OTG. Boom. Oh, exactly, you get a punish on every one of those. The only issue here is in the corner, you do not get all 3 OTGs to be safe to DP. There's only one. That's safe to most DPs except for like maybe Leos and Sins. I could see. And it's not safe to reversal supers either, so you just gotta keep that in mind. So let's do 2K to show you it's not safe to DP. Exactly, and then we do this one. Not safe to DP. Then counter hit. Then we do close slash. Not safe to DP. Counter hit. And then 6H. This one is safe to DP because of how far it sends you, but it's not safe to reversal super. So just keep that in mind. I do think people are still going to default to this one in the corner, because it is safe to all reversals, and it is a high-low mix-up. If you guys want to know what that one is, it's grab with P in the air dash back S. And then you safe jump in the corner. That being said, though, it is a very strong tool in the corner for these reasons. Set this back to action 2. So let's say you do grab them in the corner here, and I'm going to have them set to guard only first hit. So I'm going to OTG with close slash or 6H here, and you're going to see I get a cross up. Close slash, OTG, close slash, boom. So you see I get a cross up here, and I get some damage. This also works with the 6H one. You could do it with either far slash or close slash after the OTG hit. You do, like you see there. Boom, I get the cross up, and this is due to the new flip kick. So that's nice to have, but in general, not being safe to all DPs in the corner and not being safe to reversal supers in the corner might be a little rough, so I'm probably going to be using this for time being. But against characters with no DP or they don't have reversal, like putting them in this situation is extremely bad for them. Because, you know, let's say you do this, they have to eat +8, you either get close slash or you get grab, right? And you could kind of keep looping this kind of pressure. And then like mash, and then you keep closer. So that's kind of what you have to have in mind in the corner there. Do I want to risk getting DP'd or not? Either way, it's really strong pressure. The next thing we're going to talk about is Ram's Wild Assault. Wild Assault is the new mechanic in Season 3. You either get an orange Wild Assault, a blue Wild Assault, or a white Wild Assault. I'm not going to go over every Wild Assault or exactly how to use it on Ram right now. I am just going to go over a couple things that I've been using it for. I think this is a whole video in itself because it's a pretty complex mechanic. So right now there are 2 versions of Wild Assault. There's the uncharged one, which takes 50% of our burst gauge and 10% of the opponent's burst gauge. There's also the charged one, which takes away 30% of the opponent's burst gauge, uses a hard knockdown, and gives us a hard knockdown, takes away 50% of our burst gauge. It is also jump cancelable, as you can see here. If you jump cancel it, you know, you could do some funny stuff like this. I have not found an optimal combo that you don't just do a normal combo for off of this. But it is pretty cool to do, and I'm pretty sure people are going to find some stuff where you could do corner conversions with it. But I just haven't found anything yet. What I've been mostly using it for is conversions off of far slash and heavy slash. As you know, non-counter hit far slash, heavy slash, Ram didn't get much, right? She kinda got Daru, or you know, she She couldn't even get much off of this, maybe like sword throw pressure. And she did want to extend, you know, she would have to do something like this, you know. But now with Wild Assault, you could actually combo with Far Slash. You know, round start, this is a big one. This is the combo I've been using. But you could also kind of use this combo. You can also convert it off of a Heavy Slash. So those are two combos I've been using it for. It's pretty good for starters. Let's say you're like, why would I use 50 bursts to convert into a combo? Well, you know, it's nice to get positive bonus going right away, right? Round start positive bonus. But also, now positive bonus gives you bursts, right? You see up there, the burst is quickly going up. So by the time, you know, you get pressure back, you have bursts up already. So it's kind of like a resource that you could use freely without being too scared. I also just use it as a combo extender tool. So for example, so I'm over here and I can't break the wall, right? I'm just doing my thing, and then I'm just... Oop. Now I can break the wall because I've used Wild Assault to extend my combo. And you guys are probably wondering, how did I Wild Assault after Rekka? Well, you could actually Rekka cancel or dash cancel out of into Wild Assault. So as you can see here, like that. So this makes it a pretty good pressure tool also. This is kind of what I've been using it for. Let's say, you know, I hit someone over here and I'm like, oh, I can't get them to the corner. Boom. Now they're at the corner and I'm able to do stuff. Or let's say I'm in the corner and I'm just like, oh, like I want to take away their bursts, you know, so let me just do some nice stuff here. And then like this. So now they're kind of more scared. I keep cranking their risk. Kind of useful for Ram because, you know, you gotta keep pressure, keep cranking risk, and stuff like that. So do not be too afraid to use this. I wouldn't like drop 50 all your bar all the time, but you know, as you can see, burst comes back pretty quick. Comes back even faster when you're getting hit. It comes back even faster when you're doing positive bonus. So you're just free to use it as pressure tools. My favorite time to use it is after Rekkas because you could dash cancel into it, and you know, it deters people from mashing on Rekka. I also just wanted to show that it also hard knockdowns. So this is a big one. Let's say you do this combo, you get this wall stick, and you Wild Assault. Now it hard knockdowns and you get positive bonus. It's just like you're doing a super on the wall. So, like, let's say you don't have any tension and you're just like, crap, I want this hard knockdown. Boom, you just send them to the wall with this. You just send them to the wall with that, now you have hard knockdown. This is also just really good at making sure opponents can't burst, right? You're like, nope, I just don't want you to burst this combo. I want a whole combo. I want to get positive bonus. So that's also what it's good for. So just keep that in mind when you are using or thinking about Wild Assault. It's pretty versatile. So the last thing we're going to be talking about is Ram's pressure and how it's changed. With the nerfing of Rekka, Rekka's been a lot less scary. It's still a really good tool, don't get me wrong. But people are going to be more willing to mash on Rekka. People already are really good at IBing Rekka. So overall, Rekka has kind of taken a big hit. No big counter hit on Rekka also. But, you know, if, let's say, someone does mash on Rekka, you can still kill them for it. You know, with RC, you go for it, boom. And then you kind of make them regret hitting on Rekka. But without meter, it becomes a lot less scary of a tool, and I think more people are going to be mashing on it. Rekka RPS still exists, but it's a lot weaker. People are going to start mashing on it, as you can see there. Nice. They kind of just take a soft knockdown, especially mid-screen, right? You know, they're just like, oh, soft knockdown, and they get pressure back. So Rekka, especially mid-screen, RPS is a lot worse. So how has that changed, right? So I think Ondo becomes the better option here. Oh, sorry. So I'm not used to the inputs. Ondo becomes a better option here, right? So you do something like this, where boom, Ondo, and now you could kind of frame trap their next option because it's so plus. And then, you know, let's say they're scared of pressing a button, I could go and get more pressure and stuff like that. You know, boom. And then in the corner it becomes even more rough for them, right? Because boom, and now you get kind of put into another strike throw situation in this corner and over here, right? Boom, they could grab them, 6H OTG, now you're back in the same strike throw situation you just were in. As I showed previously, 6H OTG, 6H OTG rock, and then boom, now you're back in the situation. So this is kind of how ram pressure is. You're kind of doing those rock loops in the corner, and you're like, oh, I thought you could jump rock, right? It's not that scary. Well, this is kind of where it becomes interesting. So let's do like 6H rock, right? 6H rock, you could jump it, but you cannot jump 6H sword throw. It's a trap. It's a frame trap. So let's say let's say you get them and they're not then they finally start jumping on this. Well, then you can start sword throwing and you get a combo off of it, right? It's perfect for you. You could even do it mid-screen. Boom. Now they're in the corner. Now you get Oki afterwards. Either way. So let's say they jump it here. Boom. You're like, all right. Since they're starting to jump it, I'm going to start just sword throwing. And then they're eventually going to stop jumping it, right? Then you get back into this situation where you're just doing stuff like this, and then boom. And then in the corner, again, it becomes even more potent because you can start doing stuff like this. And to grab, 6H OTG rock, boom, back. So this is kind of where her pressure is. So now it becomes fake wrecker pressure has turned into fake rock pressure. So you're not going to have to RPS with them with this. I'll make a video on RPS later using the rock. But that's kind of how ram pressure is going to go mid-screen and in the corner, right? They're scared of sword throw for the jump, but they're also scared to hold Ondo for the plus frames. And after Ondo, they're kind of put into this frame trappy situation. Let me kind of put the situation. Let's say they start mashing after Ondo, right? Boom. Now they're going to take counter hits. Boom. They could also get counter hit with dash up 2K. So either way, wherever you're going to take Ondo on the screen, you are going to get frame trapped by a button and get counter hit. So that's kind of the scary part about taking Ondo. So you kind of have to kind of form your pressure around rock RPS or Ondo RPS with, okay, if they start jumping Ondo, I'm going to need to start sword throwing. Okay, if they start mashing on my grab after Ondo, let's say, after Ondo, I've been doing this a lot, and they start mashing on my grab. Now I gotta start frame trapping the grab, or stream trapping the mash. So that's kind of what you're thinking about when you are playing this rock RPS game. But that's kind of where Ram's pressure is going. I'll make another video on RPS around it later. So overall, I just want to talk about Ram. So her neutral is obviously a lot worse. Dashing 2S, you guys probably feel it. It's a lot worse just because of her run speed. As you can see she takes forever to get across the screen. Dashing 2Ks are also a lot worse. You used to have momentum for the dashing 2Ks. And then 5Ks are also a lot worse. Dashing 5Ks, they're still really good. These are still really good buttons. It's really good tools. I'm just kind of letting everyone know there are worse. You are going to kind of struggle against some characters. Zoners especially you're going to struggle against, right? Because, they're running away from you and, or they're using their long wind-up spells. And before, Ram used to be able to just run in 2K them, or just run in 5H them, or run in 2S them. That's kind of been eliminated. Now you're kind of relying on your really strong Ondo pressure to kind of get you in. And then once you are in, feels really good. That being said, Ram doesn't lose to zoners. She's still one of the best people to beat zoners in the game. And also with Ram, you are also going to do a lot less damage. You are going to crank a risk a lot higher now, but in general, your damage is going to be a lot lower for now until people optimize stuff. Overall, big damage nerfs. So you're just going to keep an eye on up for that. Overall, though, I think the character is really fun still, really good. I think Ondo is a really funny tool. I kind of don't want them to nerf it, but I have a feeling they might nerf it. You guys can do some really cool stuff on this, and I'm excited to keep making videos on Ram. So again, if this was really helpful for you guys, please like and subscribe. If not, put something in the comments, or if you do like it, put something in the comments. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.